Yo, what is going on, Comfy Gang? It's your boy, Comfy NEET. And the reason I'm currently on my bed right now is because I guess I'm slowly drifting away from being slightly manic. So I guess the energy is slowly departing and I'm becoming increasingly lazy. Hopefully this doesn't mean that I'll stop uploading videos or being social, but I'm too lazy to get off my bed at the moment. So I'm probably just going to be talking on my bed. But anyways, are you guys ready for some rope fuel? Because I certainly am. I'm just kidding. Please don't rope if you watch this and it makes you depressed. But today I'm going to be talking about an observation that I made about myself, or not an observation, but just something that I've been thinking about when I'm, just lying in bed or in the shower. And, that's basically that. Well, it has to do with my age. And let's just say sometime within 3 months, or let's just say 5 months from now or before now, so maybe in a 10-month sort of range from this current moment, I may have already or will turn 25. This is an indisputable fact. This is science. I'm fucking retarded. And yeah, so I'm 25 for all intents and purposes. And what does this mean? Well, a lot of you might have heard from a video from someone, from some sort of speaker, or some, I don't know, maybe you've learned about this in some Psychology 100 course, or basically this idea that as you grow older, there's a certain threshold where eventually your brain and your body stop developing. You stop growing as a person, and you start to basically decay. And this threshold seems to be the age of 25. How true is this? How much of this is actually backed by research? I have no idea, but this is what you hear all the time. So let's just say the age is 25, the age at which you start dying. So after 25, you start dying. But because of this sort of threshold that has been set, a lot of people then go on to say that 25 is the time at which you've just finished developing and you're still not you still haven't hit this rapid accelerated rate of decay, which happens when you start to hit your 50s, and you still have your whole life ahead of you. And although you're not as plastic as you were when you were a teenager, hopefully by this time you would have developed a lot of skills and made a lot of connections, and basically got your life together enough that you're basically able to make the most of all the advantages that are currently in front of you, and that you should basically be able to cope with reality. And yeah, so here I am, guys. I am Comfy NEET, and I'm 25 and in the fucking prime of my life. So let's see what I should be doing at the prime of my life. This is what I've been thinking, basically. As someone in the prime of my life, I should have a steady income by now. I should have a job that pays me not a super high income per se, because there's a lot of room to grow at your average let's just say global corp job, where which is where there's so much upward mobility in your job that you can basically go from your average desk wage slave to some sort of manager, and eventually maybe some, whatever, I don't know what the terms are, technical officer. And yeah, I should have some sort of job with a lot of upward mobility, because, well, why do I deserve this job? Because I should have completed university. I should have completed my undergraduate, at least in a STEM field, and maybe got on to do my master's. Maybe I would be just finishing my master's program at this moment, or maybe I would already be 1 or 2 years into some position that is pretty decent, that pays decently, that allows me to afford a sort of, not a shithole $400 cardboard box in the middle of some sort of Skid Row neighborhood nearby me, but a passable 1-bedroom apartment in a decent neighborhood. And I should be be able to afford that. I should be able to afford groceries, food, and all that stuff, all that great stuff that is afforded to us by this wonderful system called late stage capitalism. And I'm not hating on capitalism, by the way. I have a lot to say about capitalism, which I will talk about in another video, like I always do. But I think I'm talking about late stage capitalism specifically. And all this wonderful stuff. What else should I have achieved by 25? I should, hopefully have developed, a lot of skills, because, they tell you as a teenager you should pick a hobby, and I actually did pick a hobby, fucking playing video games and watching YouTube. But ideally, it should have been a hobby that was, somewhat productive, that maybe could have allowed me to at least make it a career in the future, like, learning a musical instrument, using, maybe honing my voice. Maybe my singing voice would be a lot better even if I had actually practiced pretty consistently. It could have been working out, because, genetically speaking, I don't have the worst genetics for bodybuilding. Maybe I could have become some sort of fitness influencer, or some sort of personal trainer, because if I'd actually, worked out consistently from the time, if I'd actually continued working out from, university, if I hadn't stopped, if I hadn't injured my back by lifting like a fucking idiot, lifting with a shitty form, then, maybe I could have actually, gotten a six-pack by now, have become extremely ripped. If you watch the recent Logan Paul and Mayweather face off and weigh in, honestly, I could have had a physique exactly like theirs. Maybe I could have been a martial artist, because if I'd actually picked that up earlier and been consistent at it. But as for now, all I do is really just watch anime, and it's pretty lit. I'm not gonna lie, I like it. It's not for everybody, but I like it. But what else? Romance. By now, people expect you to, at my age, 25, to at least have been in maybe at least 2 or 3 relationships. One would be a little bit strange, but maybe if it was something long term, then it would be acceptable. By this point, I should have at least had, a good amount of experience having serial, as the great Daniel Lord puts it. Serial, and I should, have, developed at least some sort of a decent level of emotional intelligence, where I'm able to, I guess, communicate properly with people, and, have, be able to maintain a steady relationship. At least that's what all the blue pill people say, which I think is true to an extent, depending on the person. And I think, by this point, I should have, been in at least, a few relationships, and I should also have friends. I should, during my time in university, I ideally should have, made a bunch of acquaintances, and, of those hundreds of acquaintances that I've made through networking and going to parties and, frat parties, house parties, party this, party that, the club, meeting people in the library, fucking talking to random people. By this point, of those hundreds of acquaintances I should have made, I should have, converted maybe 50 to 100 of them into friends. Not all of them close, but all those friends, maybe a handful of them would have eventually stuck with me over time. Maybe we just all somehow ended up in the same city, and maybe I could have also made friends at my hypothetical job, and we'd all get together and hang out, and this would form my really close-knit circle of friends, my social circle. But instead, I literally have no real-life friends. I have people that I talk to on Discord who are my online friends, and the people who comment on my YouTube channel, who I guess I appreciate, but they are in no way a substitute for real-life friends. And I've said this before. I hope this doesn't bother anybody, but I feel like everybody knows this at this point. It's not the same as having real-life friends. I should have a healthy social life, and either with my girlfriend or my friends be participating in a lot of normie activities where I go out and watch movies, eat out at restaurants, and play fucking basketball and lift weights at the gym with having lifting buddies and all sorts of things, and and be living this sort of a normie yuppie lifestyle, the young Asian professional lifestyle. Given that I'm Asian, I feel like that's expected of me to be this sort of put together person that's able to at 25. It's true that a lot of Asians have their shit together, which makes it infinitely worse for me. What else? What else? I don't know. If you guys think that I missed anything that I should be doing at 25, please let me know in the comment section below. I think I mentioned jobs and jobs, relationships, friendships. Having my own place, I think I already mentioned that. I should have a decent wardrobe already, a nice collection of clothes that I sort of, pay for with my own money, that will allow me to slot into any sort of social situation, be it a casual one, the gym, lounging around at a friend's home, or, be able to party at the club with casual business attire, neckties and shit, dress shirts that are well ironed, I should have an ironing board that I know how to use. I should have, my own car, which I actually don't have. I get to share the car that my parents own, that I get to, drive the different cars, the two cars that my parents own, but, the lease or the ownership isn't under me, or the lease for one of them. Instead, I don't own shit. I should have a driver's license, which I actually don't have, even though I can drive, but I don't drive enough. I don't drive proper enough to pass the test, the driving test. At least that's what happened last time. So I guess we'll see what happens, a month from now when my next test is scheduled. And so whoop-de-doo. I'm comfy neat. I'm at the prime of my life, and I'm living the life in my comfy neat room. Watching anime and YouTube and shit posting on Discord when I'm not feeling, when I'm actually have the willpower to get online and socialize. And I take supplements. I work out sometimes. I play guitar while I watch anime, and I make YouTube videos. I'm a social media influencer / marketer / entrepreneur, marketing myself as a highly competent public speaker who is capable of producing high quality, marketable content for big and small businesses. See, I can fucking play the game if I want to. I'm just fucking kidding. I'm actually completely retarded. And what else? I can cook. That's something. I can cook my own food, so I don't have to, waste money on fucking McDonald's, which is actually complete garbage food for the price you're paying, especially in Canada where fast food is overpriced. Maybe I'm just saying Canada to throw off all the doctors. Maybe I actually live in the States, but who knows? What else? Yeah, that's basically the sum of my achievements. I had good grades in high school. Woo, whoop-de-doo, look at me. I'm fucking accomplished. I had fucking good grades in high school. I'm a fucking beast. Holy shit. This is fucking great. I'm a well accomplished, well adjusted, totally not mentally ill 25-year-old. And what can I say? I'm living the dream. I'm living the life. And yeah, it's great. But to be honest, let's sort of go back to reality a bit. I am sort of I'm being half serious and half ironic when I say a lot of this shit. And God, I have fucking TMJ from, I don't know, bad facial symmetry. I don't know, not mewing enough, but yeah. Realistically, maybe I am being a bit too hard on myself. Maybe a lot of these sort of things that I should be doing, these sort of expectations are really just, arbitrary, or they're not really arbitrary. I wouldn't say they're arbitrary. I'd say, they're placed upon us by society. And, maybe it is the case that society knows what's right for us because, well, look at me. I'm currently outside the system. I currently don't conform to any of these beliefs and ideals about what a person should be and what they should be doing. And here I am. I am pretty unaccomplished as a person, but then it sort of goes back to this idea that the reason I'm saying that I'm unaccomplished as a person is because I'm really buying into this whole sort of all these expectations that were placed upon us by society in the first place. I'm not sure if that even made any sense, but yeah. And there's also the fact that a lot of these expectations are, I'm sure a lot of it is to do with the fact that, you have, politicians, corporations, people who are above us, who basically have a vested interest in keeping us in the system. And, maybe the system, it's not perfect. Maybe, it has a lot can be done to improve it, but, maybe this system actually is helpful. Maybe some people actually benefit from the system. Who am I to say? But there are certainly people out there who have a vested interest in keeping us in the system because, it's a way for us to get people to generate labor, to generate actual, products that, I guess people higher up from can, benefit from. And obviously we all benefit from that too. And, who am I to say that any of that's wrong? I'm really not in a position, IQ wise or research wise or, cognitively to say that any of that's actually wrong. But that is the case that, we are being sold this sort of lifestyle, and along with these expectations, comes profit for, people from all strata of society, be it the person who's directly above us, or our manager the manager of our manager, the person who owns the company, the shareholders, politicians and all that. Maybe they're exploiting this, but maybe exploiting, the term exploitation is a little bit, too cynical. Maybe this is just some sort of system that everybody is supposed to contribute to. And that maybe it's not necessarily bad. Maybe people get what they deserve in life, because I'm not exactly Elon Musk, and I'm not Chang, I'm not Chad, Tyrone, fucking all these people who, I'm not extremely talented as a person. So, maybe I am getting what I deserve out of life, and maybe, if I just, stop being such a selfish, Peter Pan syndrome child, then maybe I would get basically, live my lot in life and get what I actually deserve. But I certainly don't feel like that. I feel like I deserve a lot more. Maybe I'm just being entitled. I don't really know. It's really hard to say at this point. And, who am I to say that being a wagee is worse than being a NEET? Who am I to say that it's better than being a NEET? I don't have enough experience, and I don't have enough, intelligence to ascertain that. So for the meantime, I choose to stay NEET because I feel like, at least given the cards that I've been given, it seems to be the lesser of, you know, the two evils, and it seems to be, it's not bad. I certainly live pretty comfortably, and I don't necessarily mind it, but yeah, I think that's all I have to say in this video. And because I hit the 20 minute mark, I'm probably rambling at this point. So yeah, hopefully you guys found this entertaining. And yeah, this is Company signing out. Peace.